Um, I have with me for a few minutes here, and then I get back to your calls and your super chats and everything. I have with me Don Grundman out of Modesto, California. And every year, Don holds the Straight Pride Coalition, Straight Pride Rally. Don Grundman is the founder and director of the National Straight Pride Coalition and host of the annual Straight Pride March. And what they do is every year they hold this rally in front of one of the abortion mills there in Modesto, California. And so that day is coming up again. It's held every August. And so I wanted Don to come on to tell you about this upcoming rally, march, and the date and the time, and so that we can get as many people as possible to attend it. Let's see here. Don, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Thank you for the invitation. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to you. It's always a wonderful pleasure.
Yes, sir. Those rallies has always been amazing. And so now you have another one coming up this August. What day is that rally?
It'll be August 27th, the last Saturday of the month. And so I invite your listeners to bring themselves and a million friends. We're going to have speakers probably via a Zoom conference in the morning, but then we'll have our event is from 12 to 2 in front of the Planned Parenthood killing facility in Modesto, one of the facilities there. So it's part of our protest against their genocide against the black community and humanity overall.
Amazing. What do you think about the fact that the Supreme Court turned that back over to the states, the abortion issue back over to the states? What do you think about that?
Well, it's still an ongoing holocaust of the unborn. It just changes the geographical locations of the battle, and it's still a spiritual collapse of our nation that we allow this attack against humanity to continue. But it just shifts the battlefield. It's still as intense as ever, and we still have the poisoning of the minds of the populace that unborn children are trash to be away. So it's something that we have to reach out to the community and humanity and continue our battle for the value of all human life, born and unborn.
So do you believe that was the right thing for the high courts to do? To give it back to the state?
Yes, in a legalistic sense, it was just shifted back to the states. Yes, that was a proper legal thing to do since Roe versus Wade was, as Justice Alito, to paraphrase his words, it was quite improper, the first ruling, just pull it out of thin air.
How important, this is Men History Month, how important is it that we need to get men back on track again, back in the order of God?
Oh, it's fantastically important. It'd be difficult to overemphasize how our nation has collapsed as the men collapsed, and that's one of the things we do at the Straight Pride Coalition. When we have our event, we have a celebration of life. Our website at nationalstraightpridecoalition.org will illustrate that, especially in the days ahead. But we're celebrating life. We're celebrating all the things. You have to look at what we're protesting when you see a traditional sodomite march, and I use the word sodomite because there's no such thing as gay. It doesn't exist. Gay is a marketing term, a social engineering term, advertising term. Yep. The real term is sodomite. When you see a sodomite parade, you're actually seeing a satanic religious celebration. And our promotion of the Straight Pride event is completely the opposite of that. We are a Christian event. We're celebrating masculinity, femininity, the nuclear family, children born and unborn, Western civilization, Christianity, which is all the total opposite of what a sodomite parade promotes. So part of that is masculinity, where our men have been shattered via social engineering, and that shattering allows so many evils to occur, such as abortion, such as the collapse of the black community that we talk about.
Yeah.
Where Planned Parenthood, and if you look at the history of Planned Parenthood, the cover story that they present is that they're a health clinic. The real story is that they were attacking what they considered their genetically inferior enemies. Margaret Sanger, the founder of Planned Parenthood, in her own words, not mine, she called blacks human weeds.
Yeah.
So she was part of a genetic movement dating back to Darwin, and if you look at the Charles Darwin, his most famous book was called On the Origin of Species, but that's not the proper name. The real name is On the Origin of Species and the Preservation of Favored Races. So from Charles Darwin's time, black people and even whites were considered white trash then, especially if they were Irish or religious. So this has been an attack against humanity for literally hundreds of years. And so we're presenting the Christian opposite of that. We celebrate life instead of celebrating killing. So that's a quick synopsis. But yes, it's fantastically important for men to become men. And I'm glad you mentioned that, to make a qualitative difference. There is a difference between men and males,
yeah,
and women and females.
Absolutely.
And males and females are degenerated mutants. They're degraded mutants of males and females. Men and women will support life, and they will support the unborn, everything that we support at the Straight Pride March.
Amazing.
When you have males and females, they will go to satanic events like sodomite parades, and they will support Planned Parenthood. So that's a quick sentence. So yes, men are fantastically needed, and they're in desperately short supply currently in our nation.
Yep. The one point I want to add to the abortion issue and the blacks, what black people don't realize is that abortion upon black people is worse than slavery itself. And they don't understand or even know the thousands of black baby that has been aborted, and that they don't know that this is an attack upon black people, because their black leaders, they are supporting people like their black politicians, and even some black preachers are supporting abortion for black people. It's the darndest thing I've ever seen.
That's absolutely accurate. In fact, I just ran for U.S. Senate in California, and one of the websites I have is harrisisahousenegro.org. Harrisisahousenegro.org, and it documents that Planned Parenthood, Margaret Sanger, when they started, they had what was called the Negro Project, and the idea was that if somebody in the black community started to get what was so-called uppity and say, hey, they're attacking our community, they're killing us, then a respected person who had sold out in the black community, say a clergyman, would go over to that uppity person and say, hey, guy, let me take you to lunch. It's not that bad. They're really our friends. They would try to neutralize that person.
Yeah.
And so it was called the Negro Project, but a black friend of mine told me about house Negroes, which were considered the intersection between plantation owners and slaves. And they were considered the people to keep these uppity people down. So we have, that's how the black community has been sold out by these house Negroes, which include Kamala Harris, Barack Obama, all these people who, they wouldn't be elected dog catcher unless they supported what I call the plantation masters, the people who support abortion and killing the black community. They had to sell out their own community in order to get political power, but they're more than happy to do that. If you sell out your community in our country now, and you're a black person and you do that, that's the way to fame and fortune. If you look at Clarence Thomas, he didn't sell out his community, and they hate him for it.
Yeah.
They totally despise him. So people who are house Negroes, they're celebrated, and they will. Their life is one of opulence, like Obama at beachfront houses, and they'll get all of the power. But that's where they're keeping their fellow blacks down by actually literally exterminating them.
Yeah, the so-called
Planned Parenthood is extermination. They're like a raid can or an orphan agency against the black community. They kill them.
The so-called civil rights leaders have sold the blacks out as well. Over 70% of the abortion mills are located in the inner cities. And these people, they don't say anything about it. They don't do anything about it. They because they get money from it. Planned Parenthood donate money to them, and they're not going to say anything as long as they're getting the money. Don, tell the people when.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh no! You're quite right. There's money to be made.
Yeah.
You speak up and try to defend the black community, and you'll be attacked.
Yeah.
But if you sell them out, that's how your meal ticket is for countless people and agencies.
So tell the people once again the date, the time, and your organization, your website.
We're the National Straight Pride Coalition, and nationalstraightpridecoalition.org. It's a long name, but you can write it out and find us. The event itself will be in front of Planned Parenthood in Modesto, California, on August 27th, the last Saturday of August. So you're welcome to come and protest the genocide against the black community and the genocide of Planned Parenthood against humanity in general. And we will have speakers in the morning. We still have to determine our location, so you can go to our website and see the location. It'll be a limited speaking size engagement, but there'll be Zoom connections so people can join us.
Right
Just
on.
join us in this. We call it a celebration of life, a celebration of humanity. The total opposite of a sodomite parade. We're here. In fact, our motto for our organization is normal, natural, healthy, and sane. In an insane world, which is promoting things like transgenderism to children in kindergarten, we want to bring back sanity. To paraphrase President Trump's motto, we have a motto called MASA, M-A-S-A, Make America Sane Again. So
Nice.
that's what people can join us to do in Modesto.
Don, I've gone to them. They're major and really good events. So I hope people show up. NationalStraightPrideCoalition.org. Don, thank you for taking the time to come on, and we'll have you back again. I appreciate you.
Well, thank you so much for the opportunity. My greetings to your audience, and God bless all that you do. Thank you.
You too, Don. God bless you. NationalStraightPrideCoalition.org. Check it out, folks. And if you can make it, show up. It's going to be amazing. All right?